Okay, so I've already unboxed the Flex and the DeWalt DCD 999. I'm trying to decide what hammer drill and impact driver combo that I want for my future projects that's going to give me enough power and yet be comfortable enough to use. So I felt I really had to try out the Milwaukee also. So I'm going to end up doing a three-way head-to-head. Right now during the Black Friday deal is the time to get this. This kit is $399, but they're throwing in a free tool. This grinder is one of your best options because if you choose that as your free tool, this kit comes down to like $266 and change in your cart. And you just take back the grinder if you don't want it. So I'm gonna open this box up, give you my first impressions. And to be honest, I've already opened it up, charged the batteries, so it technically isn't my first unboxing, but it's the first time I'm sharing it with you. This comes in a nice sturdy blow molded case with nice latches. Maybe not be practical for the field, so you might want to get a pack out or some kind of a contractor bag, but I'm just gonna probably be throwing it in my trunk. So this works fine for me. It'll keep it from getting beat up inside the trunk of my car. So we got this open. Here's the charger. Here's the impact driver. This is the Gen 4 kit, by the way, which is the lightest kit I think I've opened up so far, especially the drill. It is lighter than either the DeWalt or the Flex, but there are some trade-offs I'll talk about in a minute. Okay, this impact driver, you got 3 speeds plus a self-tapping mode. Speed 1, speed 2, speed 3, and then the self-tapping, I'm just gonna have to test it out. Feels like it's got great power. Not as powerful as the Flex, but I think it's probably enough power. This is rated at 2,000 inch-pounds, whereas the Flex is 2,500. This one has the nice tri-beam LED lights, and it has a quick insert collet, so you just put your bit in and it's going to be retained, and just pull out on the ring to release the bit. This kit comes with 2 5-amp batteries instead of a 5 and a 2.5, so you're technically, I think, getting a slightly better deal because you're going to have the same runtime on both tools depending on how evenly you use your combo. Now let me show you the hammer drill. Again, the 5-amp battery. 2 speeds. Ratcheting chuck. You got 16 clutch settings plus drill and hammer, and they're integrated into the single ring, just like the DeWalt. You squeeze the trigger, you can tell it's got power. This drill has anti-kickback. Maybe a little more sensitive than the Flex. But if you're not kicking it too hard, it stays on. The difference is, with this one, you can disable it. And all you have to do is put that selector in a lock or neutral position, squeeze your trigger, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you'll see that light up. Now you can put it in forward and snap your wrist all day long if you want. This is one of the trade-offs. This auxiliary handle is kind of a silly design in my opinion, because these two pieces are separate. And unlike the Flex, there is no stabilizer. So they just flop around. And this is what I was talking about when I showed you the Flex. It's not terrible to put on, but you kind of need two hands to do it. Just hold those two pieces and line them up with the little notches on the side of the body and tighten the handle down. So this is probably one of those things, do all of your heavy duty drilling at once and then take your handle off, because you don't want to be putting it on and off. It's just kind of a pain in the butt, I think. Now your other trade-off, it's lighter. It also has a more slender handle, a little less aggressive grip. I thought it was going to bother me, but it's a little more well balanced than I thought, and definitely the lightest of the three drills. It doesn't have as much of a curve underneath here as the DeWalt, and the selector is further back. But I kind of noticed that's not a big deal either. I just push it like that instead of going like that like I thought I would have to. So it's not a deal breaker. What I have noticed with a lot of these drills, where that rubber kind of meets that plastic, there's a little groove, and that's kind of been digging into my knuckles, and that's why I'm wearing gloves. It's just way more comfortable, and it feels like I get a better grip even with the slender handle. So basically, I'm going to do a three-way comparison: the Milwaukee versus the Flex versus the DeWalt. And I'm going to try to drive a drill bit in top speed through about 8 inches of Douglas fir. But it's going to be a 4x4 sandwiched between two 2x4s. If they will all do it in top speed, then it's going to come down to ergonomics and probably even a head between the impact drivers. I do not have a DeWalt impact driver yet, except for my 787. So that's kind of not in the mix yet, unless I prefer the DeWalt drill over the Flex. Then it'll be between the Milwaukee and the DeWalt. So far, I can tell you a couple things I didn't like about the Flex, and I wish I had the drill with me to show you, but the weight, and that's what I was talking about right there. If I hold it for a few minutes without gloves on, it starts digging in the knuckle. The other thing about the Flex, see how I squeeze that trigger and there's immediate response? This also has way better trigger control, both tools. I get it, the Flex is built more for power, but that impact driver may be a little too powerful for my needs. It's 2,500 inch-pounds, whereas this is only 2,000. My 787 is only 1,500, so it's still a big jump. And being able to feather that trigger is a big thing. Also, with the Flex, if I squeeze too fast, it seems like it's cutting out, almost like there's a ramp up. And I'm not sure I like that. But I'm just going to have to try them out. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and leave comments, because my head-to-head is coming real soon.